Well, how's it going, bud?
Pretty awesome. One sail, we're going 6 knots. Hard to believe that just that piece of fabric is propelling Atticus right now.
Holy moly! Look at those monsters. Maybe they like how goofy you're acting.
Yeah, this is what dolphins like. Hola, buenas. It's gonna be
we're gonna have such a great day today.
I'm so in love.
I am so in love.
Oh my god. It can only get better, right?
Previously on Project Atticus.
After spending 3 years refitting our fixer-upper sailboat, we left the United States with only $2,000 and the goal of working while we cruised. We made it as far as Isla Mujeres, Mexico, before we ran out of money and had to find work. For the next year, we did freelance boat repair jobs until we saved up enough money to cast the lines and sail south to explore the Western Caribbean.
Recently, we sailed to the western tip of Cuba and have been slowly making our way east while exploring the island's southern coast.
Good morning. Well, we are running low on water, so we're gonna have to take care of that today. Ideally, we'd head over to a town called Nueva Gerona. We're right around the corner from them. The issue with fueling up and filling up your water there is that we've heard that they're no longer open to cruisers. But I thought it would be a good idea to just try to hail the port captain and confirm that, because we've only read about that on Active Captain and on the internet. Capitán del Puerto de Nueva Gerona. Capitán del Puerto de Nueva Gerona, Capitán del Puerto de Nueva Gerona, este es el velero Atticus. Bueno, somos cruceros en un velero y llegamos de San Antonio y necesitamos agua y combustible. ¿Es posible venir al muelle para llenar los tanques de agua y combustible allá?
Okay, you can go to C1E Marine.
Entonces no es posible venir a Nueva Gerona.
No, but this is not an international port. This is a commercial port. The international port is in C1E.
Okay, muchas gracias.
One of the biggest challenges of cruising in Cuba is that the government doesn't allow you to stop and go ashore at the majority of coastal towns. This is a consequence of the fact that there are so many Cubans that, if given the opportunity, would escape the country for places like the United States and elsewhere. The government solves this problem by restricting as much as possible access that local people have to vessels that are capable of international travel. So what that means for us is that we're only allowed to go ashore either in isolated islands where there's no direct contact with the mainland, or in designated ports that have tourist marina facilities. These marinas act a lot like cruise ship terminals, where there's only one way in or out of the marina, and everybody that goes in and out is highly monitored. So because we weren't able to go to Nueva Gerona, which would have been on our way, we were now forced to sail 25 nautical miles to the south, which means it's going to be a 50 nautical mile round trip just to get water.
All right, well, ready to go sailing?
Yeah.
At least it's a really good win for Ciguanea.
Yeah.
Well, how's it going, bud?
Pretty awesome. One sail, we're going 6 knots. Hard to believe that just that piece of fabric is propelling Atticus right now, you know?
Yeah, like in cruising.
Yeah.
We have gone far enough offshore, and we've definitely got a good jibe angle to start sailing south. So time to jibe. So basically we jibed over with the spinnaker, and not long after we jibed, the wind picked up big time. I think it was getting close to 18 knots there. And we put the main up because we were on a beam reach. Long story short, we just had way too much weather helm. The boat was overpowered. So we had to get the spinnaker down, put the working jib up. And then the wind kept increasing, and so I actually put a reef in the main, and now we're cruising along, you know, happily at 5.5 knots, real comfortable. But I think what happened was there is a point back there, and I think with almost any landmass that kind of juts out into the sea, you know, the wind along the land is going to move out towards the point and join the wind that's already at the tip of the point, compressing it and increasing the velocity. And so I think just right off that point, it just got a lot windier. I will say though, I do love protected water sailing, because look at this, we're hard on the wind and like just totally stable. Holy moly! Look at those monsters. They're bigger than we are, than I am. This is the biggest one right here. He's looking at me. Hey, dude.
I think they like the colors of my shirt.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe they like how goofy you're acting.
Yeah, this is what dolphins like.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, you're right.
Hello, dolphins. You have to speak in an accent too.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, dolphins. I think they're leaving.
So we are approaching the marina now. Now, of course, this had to be difficult in some way, and so what we're reading from our various guides is that the entrance to this marina has shoaled to about 4.5 feet, which is exactly what we draw. So fingers crossed that the shoaling hasn't gotten worse since our cruising guide, which was written in 2018, but we'll find out.
We decided to radio the port captain at Marina Siguanea to ask him if he thought that we could make it through the channel.
¿Y qué profundidad tiene? Nosotros tenemos 1.5 metro.
1.6?
1.6, 1.7, yeah.
That's what he said.
Ok, y vamos a intentar entrar. ¿Hay algunas sugerencias de entrar?
Siempre por el más medio posible, por el medio de la baliza.
In the middle of the canal. Ok, muchas gracias.
And can you just confirm he said 1.6?
Y otra vez, usted dijo que es 1.7 de metros.
Eso es correcto.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, so there you go. We only draw 1.4 meters, and he's saying 1.7 down the middle.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how true that is. I swear to God, we're gonna run aground right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna be going against the wind. So if things start to get weird, the goal is we're gonna go slow, and if we start to kind of run aground, just hard reverse.
Hard reverse.
Okay? Like that's gonna be the action to get out.
You can go on anchor and we're stingy.
Okay. Okay.
It's very, very not deep.
Okay. All right, go ahead and just go in neutral, bud.
Okay, we're in neutral.
Is it worth inflating the dinghy for?
Maybe Alex would let us borrow his dinghy.
Yeah, I guess he might.
Tangaroa, Atticus, want to go 6'9"?
6'9".
Looks like Alex from Tangaroa said we could borrow his dinghy to go ashore, which is awesome. So we're just anchoring right now, and then we're just gonna get our jerry cans and fill those bad boys up with water and diesel. Oh, thanks for letting us use your dinghy. That's a lifesaver.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, pretty skinny channel.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe we couldn't have made it through here.
Upon arrival, the port captain asked to see our cruising permit and told us that he would issue us a new one when we came to leave Siguanea.
But I think we need a new dinghy.
That would be a great new dinghy.
That'd be awesome.
Dude, how awesome would that be if we just rolled up like pedaling? You know? Just like, hey guys.
Turn down the hose and there's not enough pressure to be able to use our filter with it. So right now we're trying to decide if we just should go ahead and fill up our tanks without filtering the water. I went and talked to the port captain and asked if he knows if we can drink this water, and he said yes, it is potable. But I don't know, I'm just kind of skeptical because that's happened to us before and it hasn't been potable. So yeah, we're both just a little bit nervous about not using our filter, but I guess really we don't have any other options. So what do you think, bud?
We are literally out of options. I mean, we sailed 25 miles just to get this water.
Right.
And we've got another like 100 and something to go to get to Cayo Largo.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing to do is to start drinking it now and figure out if we're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
So that we don't get sick somewhere else.
All right, well, let's fill them up.
Here goes. Alright, so we are walking down the road from the marina and we're heading over to the hotel that is nearby, trying to get some internet and check the weather and
Stretch the old legs.
So, yeah, trying to just walk, man. It feels so good to walk around. Yeah, so the weather is looking awesome for our trip east for the next couple days. We can just use that clocking wind to get around Nueva Gerona, you know what I mean? When it comes south, we go north and west, and then as it goes north, we can go southeast to these islands over here.
So we're leaving tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll leave tomorrow. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Point being that it's like, this is looking really good for us. All right, buddy, how was the day?
For some reason it was really long. You know, I don't know why, but pooped again.
Sailing, it takes it out of you.
Yeah.
Sailing is a tiring thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Like our whole Cuba trip so far has been exhausting.
Yeah.
You know? Because we're moving like every other day, and being on the move like that is tiring. Like you're just like, get up, go all day, like deal with like the wind's building, the wind's dying, like the wind's shifting. It's like you're constantly busy and active, and then constantly like getting yourself into new situations, which is sort of like emotionally draining. At the same time, like I think that when we look back at this sort of stuff, like we'll kind of relish that experience of just being on the move, you know?
Yeah, Atticus is handling it better than we are.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of the trick, right? Is to try to, like, moment to moment, like, appreciate it as much as we can. So, and I can say I'm appreciating this moment. You know, a beautiful sunset.
All right, well, we checked out with the port captain here in Marina Ciguanea, and we're heading back up to northern Isla Juventud so that we can make our way east. So we're both a little bit tired. We got back late last night after hanging out at the marina. So might be a long day, but we've made a pact with each other to be very patient with each other.
I'm gonna be so patient.
And I'm gonna be so not defensive. It's gonna be
we're gonna have such a great day today.
I'm so in love.
I am so in love.
Oh my God. It can only get better, right?
Yeah, we have found that both of us, when we're like a little tired and we start sailing, like, it's very easy to get grumpy and grouchy with each other. And so we're like, right now, we normally are like happy and in love in the morning. And then, like, as the day goes on, that kind of like wears thin. So we're both gonna make an effort today.
Yeah, we can do it, buddy.
We can do it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we're good. You can stand by the sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so we have sailed away from Isla Juventud quite a bit. Now we can turn 20 degrees to starboard to make it back onto our course. And that means it is jibe time.
Jibe time.
Jibe time. Bud just whipped up this delicious lunch. You are a master.
Thank you.
And like, we have so few fresh provisions and she's able to just whip this stuff up. I'm so impressed.
Thanks, bud.
Good job, buddy. Well, beautiful day. Flying under a spinnaker. So we've been going like almost dead downwind all day today. And it's just been wrapping around Juventud with us. And so now, we're at a point where we've basically got to head up to make it to our destination. And so we've got quite a bit of wind right now. I'd say we've probably got about 16 knots of wind. And so I don't want that spinnaker up there as we head up because we're going to be overpowered. So we got the spinnaker down, got the jib and the main up. For maybe 5 minutes, we were doing 6.5 knots on a beam reach. And then all of a sudden the wind just died and is now like forward of the beam. So we're on like a close reach to like a close haul now in like maybe 12 knots of wind. And it was like 16, 18 before. And it's crazy because I can look back there and I can still see all those white caps. And then you look upwind of us and there's like no white caps at all. And so I'm pretty sure what happened is that as the island kind of turns, the wind turned with the island, right? But I think at some point, the shoreline's ability to curve or turn the wind, it just kind of stalls out. And so once the wind has curved to a certain extent, it just kind of gets let free from the shore. and then you get the wind that actually has to pass over the entire island. This whole like island effect thing that we've been experiencing is really blowing my mind.
Okay, 5 more to port.
Man, so we are sailing up to our anchorage in Ensenada de los Barcos, and it's so nice to be sailing in protected waters like this. It's so calm. How you like it, bud?
Pretty.
Protected sailing.
Mm-hmm.
It is so freaking different than being out at sea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's almost not the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of what I thought sailing would be like. You know,
just like gliding along.
Right, like kind of flat water.
Yeah. Okay, got the sails down and we're crawling right up to our anchorage here. I don't want to get too close to the mainland because I bet you there's a ton of mosquitoes here. So this looks pretty good right here.
Just dropped the hook. I love that moment when I get to turn off the engine after power setting the anchor, and it's like, okay, almost done with your responsibilities.
All right. Oh.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to our channel by clicking here. And if you're already a huge fan of Project Atticus, consider becoming a patron right there. See you next week.